So yeah, welcome back to the War for Dream of Electric Sheep. I'm Darren. On a 2 week, technically 3 week, but it's a 2 week break. Now we're not. This is a professional show, paid by you, the taxpayer. I'm gonna go figure out how to fix my keyboard. You guys do your thing.
I'm Amy. I play Azura, and in the 2/3 weeks we've been gone, got the flu.
I'm Ian. I play Resident Saltfuel. I had a cat on me about 5 minutes ago.
A good cat.
I'm Neil. I play Esme. I cut the grass today, and my nephew, being like 3 years old, said, Rob told me that raptors can open doors. And that's a mixed message of various references. And I don't know how he knows the reference to Jurassic Park, because I'm very certain that's what it is. So I'd love the internet to help me out in figuring out how he found that.
I don't know, it's a key scene, it's been like referenced and everything. Also, show him Jurassic Park, he's like old enough to look at that.
I don't think.
What age is he?
I tell him that there's a spider in the room. He believes me and then cries. There's no spider.
I like how you say it. The way you phrase this, Neil, before we continue on our game, let's delve into let's touch base with this. Because it sounds like the way you phrased it, you do this multiple times, knowing it causes a young child stress. Yeah, so like, don't come me with this weak shit that you can't show him Jurassic fucking Park if you're going to terrorize him. Show him that raptor. Be like, this is what will happen to you if you swear at Christmas time, you little shit. And bada bing, bada boom. Golden child. Sorted. What about you?
That's not how babies work.
I mean, you can say that. Thank goodness. How do I change my fucking keep anyway? So when we laugh.
So that's
Hi,
Laura.
I'm Laura. I play Coda. This is the second time you've done this in like a few weeks.
Got to the end, Laura. I introduced you.
I mean, hold on. Are people giving out that I didn't introduce Laura when it was Laura's go to just literally talk over the waffle? Was that? Hold on. Let me just consult this book real quick. Hi, book. Hello. No. Sure. So anyway, when we last left our heroes, we had 2 weeks.
And that's how babies work.
And that's so see, when the Xanathar's Guide to Everything really wants to get down. Anyway, so in one sentence, summarize for the party and the legions of fans what you did.
Will we go in order?
Yeah, go from introductory order. So Isidore up first.
Because bards get a shit ton at level 10, which I'm very happy about. So I got magical secrets, and in order to, in character, deal with that, she learned spells from the Torchbearers, and she went and studied at the Mages Guild. She also taught Coda how to use magic with the Iwind Stone that he attuned to, and she attuned to her own Iwind Stone. So now my AC is slightly better. Yay!
What's that bring your AC up to?
16.
Nice, that's cool. Yeah, I noticed that too when I was
Could be better,
So
but could
high.
be worse.
No, when I was trying out that bard in my friend's game, I noticed that bards just don't have AC. Like they just have. I have 13 AC at level 3. It's not enjoyable. But
Yeah,
cool.
that's
All
not
right,
fun.
Riz, what did you do, buddy?
For the better part at the start of the week, Riz sort of just relaxed and chilled and prayed a little bit. And then starting his way around the bar, he wrote up what more drew up rules for the goblins to go by.
Nice.
So they've got like picture drawings of what to do in situations.
I'm just gonna dip in here real quick.
Yeah.
Due to Ian telling me this, it is now canon that Goblin in this universe, the language of Goblin is just crayon drawings. Learning Goblin is just learning how to interpret crayon drawings, much like Charlie's journal in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I love it.
That is the best lore I've That's just
the most important lore. Continuing.
So like there's like things of like how to give change, how to eject somebody properly from a bar, how we don't take fingers at people that are rude to us, and how to know what a local is.
I am so impressed with Risbon.
I love it.
It's almost
That's
like it's
so
bigger.
good.
Esme is gonna make a titty sheriff badge for Risbit.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
I like to think Esme, in her excitement, didn't calculate the like spacing of the words, so it's just like Deputy Shrew.
Why are you reading me? Like, I guess that I
Big
gotta
D!
but
I'm not
I
writing
would
the
do
rest of
that.
the letters. I know how to
I
spell
mean-
deputy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, it's okay, Neil. I'm not reading you. I've just had very little sleep, caffeine, and I'm trying to find a comfortable position. Continue, Ian. If you're finished, Esme, you're up.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like he's more or less got them up and running in the bar. Told them do's and don'ts, and everything's with drawings. Yeah, that means you're next.
Esme.
Esme kissed a horse, and that was it.
No, keep going. Context.
Then she started to curse.
Context. Oh my
Wait,
god.
Neil just dropped
Can I
off.
ban
He just.
him?
I hope I kissed a horse.
Here.
Bye.
You get back here and you tell me why you kissed a horse.
Neil, the whole point of one sentence or less was to burn through this, so it wasn't a 4-hour thing. Please,
I'm
for the
trying
love
to
of
find
God.
the fucking list
Why
Oh,
do
you have a list. Wow.
Why do you not have it ready? Hold on, I'm gonna go
because it's
pause this
in our
book.
chat. You fucking sack. It's just
I touch it.
there.
I thought you would have written it down. Like
I know. Right.
if I can get that right. You can't tell, but I did.
I know.
I could hear you dabbing.
So Esme didn't, you know, Esme, she doesn't really do much. She doesn't get too busy. She spoke with Rat, she spoke with Dave. She organized the Nasty Boys getting hidden message letters across the entire country. She sorted out a new hideout. She's going to organize a meetup with one of the two of the Honest Hearts to try and convince them to join her. And she's also organized the boat to take them to Nullheim in the future.
Oh.
Wow, she was. Yep, did nothing.
Yeah, it's because I
Got
do
up to
things.
nothing.
Sorry, Code. I'm sure you invented something. But yeah, Wrath wants to perform a ritual to find out. Well, no, but Wrath knows Pelor is dead. So Pelor is dead, and we want to find out why. So we're going to do a ritual with him. And also, Dave has been visiting temples, and it might have something to do with Warforged. And I feel like he wasn't too sure if all of the mindflayers were dead. Like he believes it, but I feel like he also doesn't. It's kind of weird. Yeah, then Esme sent Nasty Boys, the Nasty Boys, just being like, "Hey, I don't know if that'll ever happen, but, it's on the list." And she was like, "Yeah, and hope everything's good." And it was literally just like Esme wrote, "Hide" in this letter, and they will now hide, hopefully.
To Neil's credit, actually did write a nice letter, but when you read it down, like first time
Oh,
they
yes,
sent
yes.
it, yeah, it's really good.
Ooh, cute. I love that.
Yeah, it was like really, really neat.
Smart.
I think in character, Izzy knows the secret code.
Yes, I do
if
as
Esme
well.
ever dies. But it was literally just like, yeah, hide, and that's all she did.
I didn't really do much. I learned magic, so I got the Iron Stone, learned with Izzy, like, so I can do some healing spells and some utility spells and stuff for, like, backup if we need it. I invented a new version of the messenger bird, so that's going to be given to the bar staff at the Alba, so they can, like, send us messages whenever they want, and they can also, if we need it, send us, like, our cut of the gold, because it's, like, a bigger bird that can hold little packages and stuff, so if we're stuck for, like, money or whatever, they can send us on our cut. But yeah, it's mostly just a messenger system. And yeah, I think that's the only kind of useful stuff I did. I don't think there was much else. Like, hung out with Alexander, because he's in Orion.
So Alexander's here and Dave here.
Yep, Dave.
He's like, Dave's not here. No, Dave is here. He's gonna help me make sure that I don't get shanked with a shiv or shiv with a shank, whatever.
Good.
Shifting with it, shank while you're shanking with the shoe. Yeah, no, Dave essentially essentially the TLDR of it. No, not even TLDR, but yeah, Dave is here because Esme originally put out the call ages ago, and that came through too. So Dave investigated the cave to see if the mindflayers were completely, that whole like energy thing. Dave the cave. Yeah, so I realized Esme did that first, so that's probably early on. So Dave probably is around and not actually in the cave, because he pretty much would have been like the weirdo who set up camp, like literally, like not figuratively and literally, set up camp in the cave to like go over everything with a fine comb. But yeah, he's probably actually.
We have an in now.
he's the edgy.
You don't have to live in a cave.
He's the edgy player who gets too into character, and he's like, I had to sleep outside again tonight. It's like, you have a house.
You're 6. Come in the house.
You'll get pneumonia. You're a pneumonia. Yeah, Alexander is here. Him and Cora had dates and chatted and such. Trying to think of anything ticked
I
over.
have to punch the hole in my back again.
No.
Do I have a hole in my back anymore?
Oh, you did.
Does that mean Alexander no longer has hands?
No, it just means like you were denied Alex slipping his fist into you again.
Just
yeah, no, it's good.
bad. No.
I mean, we could make it worse. But anyway, so right, kids, you sit at the booth that you always sit in when you're having your breakfast. It is breakfast time. Does anyone have anything specific to say? I'm gonna rip my earphone, sock it out, and go over and turn my light on. So, like, yeah, go nuts.
Can I just say, can we say like retroactively had like grand reopening for the inn?
We'll ask Dan.
He's.
Do we have a rebrand? How are
Yes, we literally have a rebrand.
Well, what's our marketing strategy to rebrand the Albatross?
We changed the name. We turned it into a hipster pub run by goblins.
Yeah, like, I mean,
Pretty
the
good,
draw
that's
of
pretty good.
the draw of Goblin Bar Staff plus like if we do a big grand reopening with like cheap
feel
drinks
like
and
we
music,
should
then yeah.
It's not a crack den anymore. That's our goal.
Yeah, I mean, there's no more torture basement. Welcome to the new pub.
Remember at the start when we had to take our body away?
Yeah, we sure did.
But now we're rebranding.
It's I like the idea that we just like restart like mid party and it's just like, whoa, and she just starts drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darren, can we retroactively say we had a grand reopening? If you're back? Are you
Yeah,
here?
3 people came.
Aww.
But we advertised. We printed flyers.
We had cheap
I'm
drinks
surprised
and
3
music.
people are alive in town. Like,
That's
how
true.
many people are 3 people alive?
Hang on, the torchbearers have to come because they're sleeping
Well,
in the
that's our
place.
3 people.
And I feel like the furry cops owed us a favor.
That's the favor. It's like not like in a time of need.
Can you just come to our party? No one's here.
Can you come to my best friend's gig?
Yeah.
I
They're really
the drummer's
good, I
cute.
swear.
Yeah, I think the drummer's cute. Anything else, friendo?
I guess I just like retroactively again, like I gave my little new messenger system to the bar staff. I showed them how to use it, told them like if you need us, send us a message, and this thing can travel like a decent couple days and like hold a bit of a longer message than the last one. So like I'm just letting them know like, oh, you can, just showing them how to use it and giving them a rundown and telling them.
The head goblin that you always have to report to, he speaks for his staff. It's called Bogomir.
Jermaine!
Oh, it's Bogomir.
Okamir?
Oh, come here.
Yeah, the goblins are running the gaff now, like in conjunction with the others. They wear like black slacks, suspenders, the white shirts. They've got little bow ties. They talk with their hands.
Yes.
It's Weatherspoons, but with like
yes.
Italian goblins? Question mark.
They look like Italian, but talk like Russians.
Yeah, but this is the start. This is the start of our franchise, you guys.
Oh my god, we're just gonna quit adventuring and become tavern owners.
Literally a legitimate goal. Like, yes.
Dave Bratnock used to have a D&D character who was like, their whole thing was he just owned a bunch of taverns and was like a business mogul. It was pretty great. Anyway.
So, kids.
Hey guys, so we're gonna have to try and talk to a dead god later today. So clear some time in your schedule.
Raph enters.
She does that with like egg in her mouth.
Before the egg can drop down onto the plate, Wrath descends the staircase. And approaches.
Which?
Pelor, it's one we like. Hey, Wrath. I told them about the plan. To talk to Messenger. Find out about the whole dead god thing. We talked to him.
He nods. He turns and is like, right then, you've informed them, let's go.
What? No.
No?
Whoa. What do you mean Pelor's dead?
We're gonna go and ask the authority. Messenger. She's going to give us, Esme looks to the camera, a message.
One of the little tiny goblins behind the counter goes, didn't. Raph turns and is like, Pelor's dead. I want to know why. I need the rest of you because you're powerful, and we need to perform a ritual to essentially summon her forth and not bind her, but essentially keep her in place for a couple of minutes while she finally gives us a straight answer.
I'm not averse to this. I'd like a straight answer.
I feel like she could have she could have mentioned that before.
Yeah,
maybe he wasn't dead then.
Yeah, I feel like she could have done lots of things. She chose not to.
Well, okay. That's what we're doing today, huh?
I suppose so.
He nods and makes for the door.
It's like someone shout at the goblins to make sure this place doesn't go on fire, and SP leaves.
Good luck, you guys will be great.
It's like tall lady leaves bar in our hands. Stupid woman.
Just follow my instructions. Everything will be fine.
It's like, yeah. We know.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, there's just one really important thing I forgot to mention. Along with Rizbit's rules, Fedora left the goblins a list of criteria that they have to follow if they're going to hire any other musicians.
Oh my god.
They have to meet her standards.
You drew a list, by the way.
Yeah, I drew a list.
Oh yeah,
yes.
in crayon. Rizbit had to draw it for her.
I
The
thought you
mi-
might do that.
the minute Izzy gave it to them and was like, job well done, and strolled off the second she's out of earshot. They're like it's like, tall people music shit, we hire no one. Stroll behind them.
No!
We play. We know how to play. We play.
My
just do
brother
that,
Boris, he
that
played accordingly.
Slavic
He's a
dancing
beautiful
thing where they're
musician.
down and doing the cake dance thing.
And
Excellent.
when Isidore comes back and realizes she's so mad because that fits all her criteria.
She begrudgingly accepts this.
Oh my god. Me and Aiden have been sending links to Russian polka scabs, and I'm 100% making an Albatross playlist.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you follow Rat.
Yeah, I guess we don't get to finish our eggs. Yeah.
I'm sorry, who was eating eggs? Esme, you didn't say everything. Yeah. No, I kid. You guys get a minute.
Star!
No, you can walk and talk and eat. It's cool.
Do we
Just
have
bring a
bacon?
bag of eggs with us, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
one of our new services. Take it.
Yeah. What's your spaghetti policy here? It's a Ziploc bag full of things, and you're given a really shit spoon.
Yes.
It's like food on go, 5 silver. But yes, you follow Raph. He walks through the marketplace and points towards and kind of where there's no the general forest, kind of where you met your giant friend who name currently escapes me.
Larrigan!
There we go. Thank you.
Ryan!
Yeah, thank you. I don't know what, silly bit. Sorry. As he walks, he turns kind of like, the whole like look. He's like, this won't take long. And that's the best. You can be on your merry way.
What are you guys planning to do?
He shrugs as he walks and looks back to the other. I genuinely have no clue. We'll we will help with Orion anyway. We can, and when it seems to be suitably back on its feet, we will head to the next town. Maybe do a lap back to Dagdom, and avoiding the capital, giving the capital a wide berth. But
Yeah.
we will probably just patrol that until we know what's to do next. I don't know. We haven't really gone south before. I know Vigilance has. So maybe we'll do a sweep up to Dagdom as we do, and then head south eventually. Because who knows? Maybe there's answers. Maybe there are people in need of, Pelor's holy light. I'm unsure, but we'll make the best of it.
Okay. Are Grace and Vigilance with us?
No.
No girls.
No, Rand explains that the question regarding Pelor's living status, they don't really kind of care. Not that they don't care. They certainly are. They seem to be very like, if he is dead, it would be demoralizing for them. So he kind of just like took it on himself not to ask them to accompany, because they like, even when like they were praying, that's like, and Coda caught wind of him saying like, even though I've heard rumors you're dead, like the two of them both seem to be kind of like very uneasy and like uncomfortable with the topic.
Like they don't want to acknowledge that it's a possibility. They're holding out hope that he's still alive.
Yeah, that kind of thing. And it's like, then like it's a case of like, it'll just raise more questions, and they clearly aren't comfortable with those questions. Whereas Wrath quite literally seems to be walking straight towards them.
Okay.
I follow.
So you guys travel for a while. If you have anything specific to ask Wrath, now is your chance. You continue walking.
You think Pelor likes me as more than a friend?
He gets like that anime like twitch over his head. He's you asked him to shift me. But yeah, you guys arrive at like a little opening, and he's just very much like, this will do, and starts like drawing out like pretty much like a Full Metal Alchemist like transmutation style circle.
Yeah.
Just like loads and loads of sigils, and it's taken him quite some time, but it's very much a case of like, if you wish to speak, you may, that sort of thing.
Esme whispers to Risbin, it's like, Risbin, what's going on? What are we doing here?
What do you hope to, like, what are you hoping to get from her?
We're hoping to find out if God is dead, and if so, why. I think that's the deal.
He points towards Esme and nods. He's just like, yeah, that's it. He does that whole like, doesn't look up, but points and nods as he's working.
Okay, touchy subject. God might be your God might be dead. How are you still able to do what you do?
That is why I want to know, because by definition, if we can still do what we do, Pelor exists and is alive, and if he is not, then perhaps there is someone else on his throne.
I thought my rod was from an alternate timeline, so it's from an alternate Pelor. So
well, technically, we did get the rod in like a place where time just didn't exist.
I like to think when he says someone else on his throne, everyone has like quick visions of like Baal sitting there with a goblet, like, yeah.
I will disband this party if that creature appears in the near future.
He's got like his thighs up over the armrest, just like leaning back, just like
He-
goblet
he-
in his hand.
Oh yeah, like one of those like really extravagant fur coats with like the silk in the center of it. And he's like, "Oh, I'm Pelor." And he has like, a plate with like lipstick drawn on it. And he's like, "Hello, Esme, I'm your god." No, we shouldn't. And he's like,
I just did it for your attention.
cut the ball like talking to like a torture victim. He's like, "Stephen, why doesn't she like me?" It's like hot poker into the ribs. Like,
Is Bal just like trying to get his senpai to notice him? It's like his whole thing.
Yes.
Ball's a squirrely trickster. But yeah, so Annie, back to the here and now. Anything specific people want to say, ask questions, etc.
Esme's just like, yeah, so I already know what's going to go down. I'm excited to see Messenger, though, because the last time we saw her, we also saw shard mines. And I'm not saying there's a causation correlation thing, but if she was to bring shard mines, it'd be extra cool.
Rath looks at Esme and he's like, "I literally have no idea what that is."
They're like people, but they're made out of rocks. And they fly in space and fight the dark. And they're pretty cool.
He nods and he's like, "Okay," and he like points around the circle and he's like, "Everyone stand here." And like he seems to have drawn like little kind of like almost pedestals in the ground with chalk and like paints and stuff.
I do so.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I'll do it.
And it's very much just like pray.
To Pelor?
Mm-hmm. Religion check.
Oh shit. The ritual going to fail.
Yeah, it actually might.
Did you say religion, Darren?
Religion.
I did indeed, Ian.
Hey!
Maybe.
Ooh.
Listen, it's not my god. I haven't.
Yeah, Esme's role feels like the most important.
Coda says that out loud and Rat's just like, "I'm right fucking here."
I mean, of us.
I mean, a player characters are
Rat, not the NPCs, don't worry.
He's like, "What?" Yeah, for the most part, it seems to be fine. Isadora kind of like like Wrath is very much like, repeat after me, and he's saying words in a language y'all don't speak. But then again, the way he's saying it, it's certainly he's reciting it. He's definitely not like fluently speaking this, if you know what I mean. So he doesn't actually know what the fuck he's saying. He's just been like, maybe he researched it real good. But for the most part, Izzy kind of is like, would Isadora be uncomfortable doing the same thing, like that sort of thing?
No. Well, like we can. No, she wouldn't. Like that's the answer. She would not be uncomfortable doing this. She's met her god. Her god is pretty chill, and this is to help another god, so she reckons in the clear.
Okay.
She's just bad at reciting, I guess.
She's like anyone telling her what to do. It's like, repeat after me. No!
No!
I will not!
He's rattling off lines pretty quick, that sort of thing. The ritual takes about maybe 5 minutes. And suddenly, like, it's not a case of, like, you all, like, silence. And then, it's like literally the millisecond after you guys finish speaking, there is just this pillar of, like, burning light. It, like, smacks down, and, like, it seems to be radiating with a force that you can feel, like, your clothes billowing dramatically. Light extends from it. But it's kind of, like, overbearing to the point where it whitewashes everything, so everything, like, getting hit with this light is literally just like pearl white sort of thing. And standing before you in the center, the only spot of color in all this is Messenger, wearing what she wore the first time she appeared to you, which was kind of like this kind of ornate armor, long cloak, and that helmet that like depicted like the swirling sun and such in a very like intricate and beautifully carved layered way. And she kind of like appears in this full getup, like radiating moves. And all of a sudden you see like these like red iron manacles like on her arms. Actually, coincidentally, the same kind of red of Riz's whole sword. And she is like, when the second they fuse, she kind of like, it's almost like she's kind of like, right, she's like, what? And like her hands are together and like she's like ripped out of the floor kind of thing.
Hey, girl, hey.
Whoa, I thought we were just here to talk.
She's like, what is the meaning of this?
Hey, so it's me and Wrath and the gang. Why is Pelor dead? We can make it real quick, by the way.
She turns to face Esme. And she, what is the meaning of this? Like, unbind me instantly.
Okay, we will, because... Wait, hold on. Are you sure you can't unbind yourself?
She, like, it's clearly trying to. It's very much just like bright red manacles.
And it's like, okay, so that answers your first question. Well, we're going to just move on to Pelor. How did Pelor die? Or is Pelor dead? Let's go with is Pelor dead? And then the sooner the questions are answered, we will free you. Because we are the good guys. And she just points a thumb at herself and Wrath.
You can see like the golden hue from her shine is like completely faded now. She is 100%. As if she were like any of the party, plus Wrath. Like her arm is still golden and very beautiful, and you can see at this point she seems to have the features and complexion of like a wood elf. Again, you can't quite see her face, but you can see like the pointy ears, the lower bit of her jaws. This helmet sits on her face or her head, that sort of thing. She like turns to Esme and she's like, "Some stones are better left not, turned over." And as she says that, you can hear a big, heavy, like, shink as, like, something's been pulled out of a very large scabbard.
I look to Wrath.
And then he just says, hey, dead gods is not a stone to be left unturned. Because they're gods and they're dead, and the world's going to end. And you're the reason we're on this quest. So, a lot going on here, and it kind of comes down to you tell us things, or we let the world end.
Okay, I will get to Amy first because technically she spoke first.
True.
Amy, is it? Yeah, no. I'm just like queuing actions up. Isadora turns her head and sees Wrath has unsheathed his greatsword
What are you doing?
and is kind of like balancing it on his shoulder, sort of thing.
What are you doing, Wrath? What is this? I thought we were just talking.
We are. Isadora, or not Isadora? Sorry. Esme. Can I have a persuasion check?
Yes. I'm not that bad at those.
Hey, well done, man. They're good numbers. She like Metra kind of like essentially like gives into the anchor, and she's just like, what good will it do me spinning you that tale?
Okay, you're just doing this thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a load of bollocks because I feel like you're not that impressive right now. So we would like to know, please and thank you, because if God is dead, this, and she like produces the rod, shouldn't work. He, and she points her at, shouldn't work. You probably shouldn't work, but we all do. And also, he was a buy-in factor to saving the world. So knowing why he's dead or not does really affect my belief in our chances to do so.
Messenger, the more we know, the more we can help.
Wrath tunes in and he adds to this tapestry. He's like, I died once and I saw him. I know his voice, and I can't hear it anymore. I have a theory that you're but a charlatan sitting on his throne, and if that is the case, I have no issue carving through you to find out the truth.
Esme raises her hand and just says, like, however, if you're on his throne with good intentions, I'm pretty okay, and like, I'll apologize for all of this, because, it isn't really fun for you, and he's definitely dialing this up to 11. But like, we just kind of need to know, you know?
She she kind of sighs heavily and like looks you all over, and she's like, "Can you at least allow me some magic so I may show you?"
As I looks at Wrath, I was like, "This is your call. I think you should, but I'm not gonna stop you."
He kind of turns and crouches down and like seems to like mesh or like push away some of the etchings in the floor, or chalk lines, I suppose, in the floor. And you see like the glow of the manacles kind of gets a little bit less bright, and some of her golden hue returns. And she kind of can stand, and she's like, "So be it." And the like area around you starts to shimmer, and you guys find yourself in a like white marble garden, like a nice little centerpiece with like kind of like think like the Greek pillars, you know, a fountain with like a fish coming up out, like that's the ornament, and like the water's like spitting out of the fish's mouth, and there's like, you know, all these beautiful flowers everywhere. It's very gorgeous, very, very picturesque, very humble, serene, that sort of thing. Not humble, but it's very serene, sorry. There's these kind of like, you know, just like this beautiful like mountain range. Everywhere you can see is like just this nice plains, like nice plains that one could like, you know, frolic in, like meadows and such. There are these kind of like we the players, like, you know, will-o-wisps, those kind of like, you know, little like puffs of energy that float around. The characters would know what they're called, because I don't think we've ever actually encountered a will-o-wisp. But those, they're kind of like a golden hue, and they're very nice. And she's like, "This is where it all began. This is Pelor's kingdom." She like gestures around.
He'll stop.
"I will kill you, Neil." And she like clicks her fingers, and it all goes away. The marble is cracked, the pillars knocked and turned to ruin, the trees dead, the meadows, you know, destroyed, the mountain range is like aflame, and these like what's the best way? Like these shambling, shadowy, kind of like inky figures walk around.
Familiar?
Oh yeah, the same kind of like what's the word? Substance. The same. Like if something consistency. There we go. That's what I'm thinking of. Same consistency as the of like the likes of Ludwig's men or the Order's men, or the Order's people. And they like, you know, like it's almost like these like inky veins are spreading throughout the land, and she was like, "And this is what it looks like now. Pelor is dead, and it was mortals that killed him, but it was his kind, his godly kind, that gave him up as a sacrificial lamb."
What?
She like looks around, and she's like not like condescending tone. She's like, "Not many people realize like Pelor is a god of light and life, but he also can control when he feels the time. Pelor can see a lot. He can see a lot coming, and he's seen a lot will pass, and he can see what could happen. And he knew what they would do, and I think to the very end, he held out hope that they would change their minds. They wouldn't offer him up to we only know it as a device known as the God Lance, and it fired, and the other gods, you know, pushed him in front of it, so to speak, metaphorically. I don't think physically. And I think he did genuinely hold out to the very, very end, that they would change their minds or see that this is not the case, because he's like, "My lord's old, possibly the oldest. Once there was darkness, then the speck of light, and then that light was Pelor, and well, now there's a lot of light." So he's been going for, you know, before time was a concept, I suppose. And I think that's why he kind of like almost had a fatherly love for them all. But it breaks my heart to say that in the end, when he realized that his faith in all of them was misplaced, he died angry. He broke himself off, a piece of himself, and put it in me. And like the like the little projection of this like corrupted area kind of wisps across the landscapes, and as it wisps across the landscape, like kind of moving camera sort of thing. Not very Evil Dead, because Evil Dead is spooky, but like very much like, you know, like you can see that like it's clearly like reverting back to a like prosperous time in Pelor's kingdom. And you see a farm, and you see like it kind of fades away in the farm, and there's just this young wood elf girl just like on the farm minding her own business. And she's like, I was nothing special. I was a farm girl who a nearby like town had a necromancer, and you know the whole necromancer's orcus, the whole shtick. And like you can see her, like she's just like, you know, with the rake out, and she's just like going about her business, doing her thing, and like, you know, a kind of faded memory of perhaps a parent calls to her. And she kind of turns, and she's kind of, it seems kind of like, you know, supper's ready. Maybe you're not too sure. It's kind of like, you know, hazy, not exactly specific memory kind of thing. And like the oh, come in for your supper kind of yell turns to a shriek, as like essentially this poor wolf girl turns as like this large hulking brute of a skeletal monster of some kind, like basically brings an axe down. And yeah, like I was nothing of note. I did my chores, I went to bed, and you know, Orcus's henchman found me, and he, of all the people in his kingdom, picked me. And I, to this day, I don't know why, but he gave me some of his powers, what he could. He gave me some of his memories, his feelings, and that is why I know he died angry. And that is why she looks directly at Wrath, and she's like, it's why I like, you can't bring him back. You can't bring him. If you bring him back, he'll wake angry. And the last time that happened, there was like an all-out war that consumed like all of life for him to put like right's wrong kind of thing. And like that kind of like hits Wrath in the gut kind of thing. You can see like the wind like is like, you know, been like knocked out of him, like his grip on his sword kind of like, you know, loosens a bit, and he's kind of like, you can see in his eyes he's trying to not let it like affect him, but he's like not holding on too well. I'm not a god. I literally and figuratively, I think if you wanted to give me a title, it would be a demigod. I only have a fraction of his power, and it was misplaced. I've failed him. I've failed you, Esme. The reason why sometimes the rod is powerful and is not is because I can only like lend my gaze at certain times. I'm not all seeing like him. I nearly have to be present at most things. It's hard. It's caused the lives of the three individuals I bestowed the life upon, I believe, and then like Wrath just sighs like all the angels of Pelor. Yes, they perished, and yet one more failure on my long list. And she kind of like just looks defeated at this point. You can see like the golden ewes kind of like just completely left her, either by choice or by, you know, magic doing, you're not sure. But like she has the helmet on, but you can see like tears are coming down through her cheeks. And she's like, I failed you, my lord is dead, and I don't know what to do.
And they just says, okay, Wrath, you gotta let her on.
He like essentially just drops the sword behind him kind of thing, and like, you know, essentially drives a foot through like the circle, like shattering its magic kind of thing. And like she remains, she doesn't like take this opportunity to wisp away, but like you see like, you know, it's these manacles, you know, like the ewe dies, her ewe like sparks back up. You can still see like, you know, the glisten of the tears on her cheeks and stuff. But when these manacles hit the ground, like the whole thing quakes, as like an earthquake, just a mini earthquake just happening instantaneously. That sort of thing. These things were like, you know, something.
Messenger, can I ask, how long has Pelor been dead?
She just like shrugs, and she's like, centuries, millennia. And like at that point, like Wrath kind of looks like, you know, wide-eyed kind of thing, and he's like, that's not possible. It's like I'm not that like I died young, but I'm not that old. It's like I met Pelor like several decades ago, and she just kind of like, if you could see her eyes, she'd be like, they'd be closed because she can't meet his gaze, kind of thing. And she's like, no, Wrath, you've been alive much, much longer. And he kind of at that point just kind of like, goes silent and shoulders drop, kind of thing, and he's just like quiet. And she's like, we can bring him back. Like I know it's possible. I'm not sure if I would survive the process as me as I am. I'm not sure if I'd go back to what I was or if I'd remain as I am or be consumed. And I don't really know which I'd prefer at this rate, but I know we can bring him back. I just think if we do, it might not be the best choice.
I have another question, if that's okay. If the other gods sacrificed him, why did you meet with them? Back when we were in,
One must keep their enemies close as if they're friends, as it were. They know I carry his mantle, but they don't know that I carry his memories and know the truth. They think I am but a little failsafe, in the sense that if his light was extinguished, I could, pop up to simply keep the basics going, such as that she like nods to like Rat's magic and Esme's weapon, that sort of thing, and keep the bare minimum there. But I know, and it's painful to sit at that table with all those betrayers, but
all of them, every single god.
they all voted
Why?
for the greater good, they said.
What did they sacrifice him to? What was this?
We only know its name as the Godlands. There was a bright beam of radiant light. We saw a figure clad in black. I heard a horse. That was about it.
But you said they were mortal.
It originated from Orion.
Lads, I hate that fucking city.
She's like, bitch, me too. The fuck?
Messenger.
Esme.
I know very little of gods and worship and whatnot, but and in fact, actually, this is the best way to ask the question. Where does this power come from? What, like, you've been granted some of his, but where did he get granted in the first place? Does it matter who follows? And does having people like me and people like Richmond and people like Wrath, does that help or hinder, or
Having people like you helps, and that is how we can usher him back to, coax him back to life. It's belief. There isn't much love or desire for Pelor left in this world, and spreading the word, erecting shrines, doing things in his name, snuffing out those who would sacrifice him. It gives power to the light. It would bring him back.
and what if the opposite is the same? Could the same be said if a god had no followers? Would that make a lick of difference?
If a god has no followers, they cease to be a god. If yourself
As
and the
maybe
torch,
just cracks a big old smile.
like if yourself and the torch bearers and maybe some others perished in the morning, I would cease to be. Pelor would cease to be. But when people like yourselves fight for the light in the great darkness, there's sometimes it can specifically make a difference. But when you carry that banner into the dark and fight the oncoming void, like that does help in itself as well. Sure, erecting shrines in his name would help more, but just being the light in the dark, that's all he ever asked of his followers, was to just be a beacon of hope for those who couldn't pick up the sword, those who couldn't find the strength to spit back in the tyrant's face. It's admittedly the shrines and such would help, but we can make mounds into hills and hills into mountains. It's I'm not asking Isadora, Risbit, Coda to throw down their beliefs and swear fealty to him and him alone, not by any measure. That's disrespectful across the board, and I wouldn't do anything like that. But just being a beacon in the light, a torchbearer, it's little, but it's enough. This isn't your burden to carry, it's mine, and I'm currently trying to fix it, but being the light in the dark is the best you can do.
You're right. And I'm going to keep doing that. And she fishes the glass arrow out of her bag and throws it down. She says, I'm not doing it for them. And if this world gets devoured, they get devoured too.
Esme!
No, fuck them. I am done being at the whim of gods. I will carry this, and she holds out the rod of Pelor. She says, I'll carry that onwards and upwards and outwards and with me forever until the light goes out. But that, and she points to the arrow on the ground, means fuck all to me now. Because when the chips are down, gods are no better than us. In fact, they're as bad. And that's the most dangerous thing I've ever heard of in my entire life. So if we all die, to the order, to the orchestra, to all of them, then they've got nothing. So fuck them. And she's just she looks at messengers as whatever you need, whatever you would ask, I'll do it. But if this is enough for you to consider elsewise of my actions, then I guess this is the parting of the ways.
She walks over and picks up the arrow and extends the hand with it to Esme. It's Esme, you don't have to carry that. That's not a banner. It's a means to an end. You don't fight for them if you shoot that arrow. You fight for whoever you want to fight for, but in a world where gods will turn on each other, some with a heavier heart than others, some gladly, some cackling with joy as they get to drive the knife into their old arch nemesis back. But you can damn them if you want, and frankly, I'm with you there. But see it to the end properly. And she extends the hand with the bow. Oh, not the bow, sorry, the arrow.
No, because I'm not a plaything. I'm not a toy. And I know that you're not treating me as such. But the other people who deigned to give us welcome into a war-forged heaven and who sent us back down here to awaken giants in the hopes of some great, grand final battle for humanity, are claiming they can't do anything, but they could still kill one of their own. No, it's not worth it. It'll never be.
She nods, and she's like, so be it.
I'll take it.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And she twirls and hands it towards Isadora.
Do you have someone to teach you how to fire a bow?
She doesn't say anything.
What I was about to call her vigilance. Messenger like waves her hands and she's like, "This is not. I do not intend to divide the group. That was not my intentions. I told you some rocks should not be flipped over, and when it is, you get the whole package, all the creepy crawlies, soil and mucus, the whole shebang." Anyone want to say anything else to the demigod? I know Ian can.
I wish you well on your continued journey, and I hope that you know I'm still going to keep fighting. But if choosing not to take up the cause of creatures so far beyond me that they care so little because they will not act, even for fear of their own death, if that's enough for you to consider me no longer worthy of this, and she produces the rod, that's your call too.
Esme, what do those giants and I have in common?
Very little. I just wish to ensure that you are aware that I am competent in the ways of getting things done. And whatever you need to do, whatever you need to prioritize, you should do so. But I will not waver in my faith for this. And I hope that that's not what you believe of me now.
She nods, but like shakes her head in a case of like she's not going to challenge you on it. Like she's like, just before you leave, Esme, just note that myself, those giants, whatever else you find along the way, we're all cut off from our gods. This land was formed on gods, and worshipped, and people like waged wars for them. Yet here I stand cleaning up one's mess. 3 giants remain. Oh, wait, hold on. Is it 3? Let me think. Is it 3? It is 3. Yeah, it is. She doesn't say that she's counting. Much like I, demigods, thrown to the wolves, left by their god. In it, like, you march for what you want to march, Esme, but just know that when the chips are down, or when the coins are down, I suppose chips are. Just remember, there's no gods, no kings on this battlefield. It's just us, and us, mortals, us demigods. We're all in this shit together, and not one of us is getting out of this unless we work together. That's all I'll say on the matter. Polaris was angry, and he perished. He was a believer till the end. Exactly, yeah. I can't see the likes of that city, the one that sleeps under that capital city, waking with a smile, gladly brandishing a banner for the ones that left them to pick up the pieces. Much like I, so find camaraderie in the rage, and may the ground rise up to meet your horse hooves. And if that's all, she wisps away. An eerie silence descends upon the foresty area that you guys reside in. Moments pass. The silence seems almost unbearable, like it's never going to end, and then the grunt of Wrath picking up his sword and putting it back into its sheath. And kind of like, ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Isidore turns and starts walking.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. It's a quiet hour hike back to the city. As you pass through the gates, Wrath, like essentially, I picture him ahead of the party. Like looks over his shoulder like he did before, because it's only like 11 o'clock. I don't know. I assumed it was nighttime because I was looking at my window and it's dark outside. But it's only like technically like I suppose like 9:30. Oh no, it's not. It's about like 11 a.m. now, nearly midday. Where will you go? After I can't. You don't strike me as staying behind in Orion.
South, I think.
He nods. And he's like, "We'll go." Hold on. I think it's north technically. One second. Yeah, north. When you guys enter the Alba, he kind of like beelines for the stairs, and as he goes up the stairs, he yells something in Infernal. Coda, you hear him say like, Grace, vigilance, pack your shit, we're going.
Wrath.
He does that whole like halfway up the stairs and like puts a hand on like the beam that's like mind your head kind of thing, and like looks down towards Izzy.
Are you going to tell them?
He shakes his head. He's like, they walk by faith, as do I. My faith hasn't shaken. Nothing changes. We go north, we help who we can, we spread light. And he walks back up the stairs. Would people like an impromptu 10-minute break now?
Yes.
Right, does anyone have anything they wish to do, say, before we truck on?
Where are we trucking on to?
I don't know, that could be...
Out of
you guys
character,
know.
you had a thing, didn't you, Neil? You wanted to do something else in Orion, didn't you?
Yeah, no, like, I mean, like, this could be like a literal in-character, like, people are sitting at the table with the Erythor map out. Are we on the Erythor map, or are we still on Orion?
We're on
Orion.
Orion.
Alright, cool, hold on, I'll flip
But I
it.
thought that we get back, we sit down at the table, we're like, it's definitely not too early to start serving alcohol, right?
The smallest goblin, Big Mick, brings over a glass of whiskey for
This is
everyone.
the second big make we've had in this campaign.
Listen, Laura, there's gonna be plenty of other Big Micks, right? Just get the fuck on with it, like, Fucking auburn hair over here, motherfucker.
I feel attacked.
It's actually strawberry blonde! I have way too much fun with people like that. So they give me reason to get up in the morning just to point and be like, dickhead. Oh gosh, lads. Right, so Big Mick gives you your fucking shots. So everyone's a shot of whiskey and you've got the world map in front of you. God's dead.
What are you gonna do?
At least
You've got a
one
whiskey,
other
a map,
god.
and God is dead. What do you do?
Yeah, you got a whiskey, a map, God is dead, and one other god, at least one, a minimum of one per day. God is a bastard, and force everybody else to do some dumb shit. It's that one mate who shows up and he's like, let's get pineapple and pizza. It's like, you, outside. So yeah, guys, actually, that's going on the face. That's going on Twitter. One second.
My God being dead.
Yeah, it's like, right, boys, you got a map, you got whiskey, you got a map, and God's dead. What do you do? I'm not gonna be able to rattle off a banger like that again in the next year, you man.
Where's Risbet's sword?
It's an island on the left, isn't it?
The little,
That
this
one.
Yeah, thank you, Amy.
Let's go there.
So
Directly, or
you roll up.
Go there directly.
We just
Okay.
roll up outside. There's no traveling, nothing. We just roll up outside.
We got the sword. It's over.
It's only
Good
90
job,
feet,
guys.
3 turns.
I mean, this is quite literally the most direct route. Is this what you want to do?
Well, I'd like to fly, Darren. How much for Pegasi?
Sure, this is like the new Pokemon. We can just rent a Charizard.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I misheard that as Rizbit's just like a Pokemon, and I was like, he is kinda, but no.
oh, he's a little Blaziken. Except she's not a chicken.
I don't know what a fucking Blaziken
It's like
is.
a fight bird. It's a fight chicken. It
I
punches
never
you.
learned any of the names properly, so when people are like, I just love insert name here, I'm like,
Darren,
yeah.
it's a bipedal punching chicken. That's all you need to know. Unless I'm thinking of the wrong Pokemon, in which case I'm sorry.
No,
The only good
you're not.
Pokemon is the fucking glitch one that breaks your game.
Missing
best
no.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, I've still business in the town, but I would suggest we head for that good old sword. I feel like that's the oldest quest in the log, so we might go and get rid of that one first.
That's fair.
It's
What
a good
else do
idea.
you have to do here?
I have to meet with 2 of the members of the Honest Hearts and assess whether or not they are suitable to become Nasty Boys.
Oh.
Cool. Yeah, that's all good in the hood. Can someone confirm if you guys are literally like leaving Orion and like going in a straight line to the temple?
I mean, like, I think we should start with that one because, like, all the other quests, like, wherever
I would
we
like
go...
to point out, you guys know you have to go up here to this dock because people said to Rizbit they'd ferry him
Which
across.
dock? Sorry.
This here?
By the deep
Yep.
crossroads.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, near the deep crossroads.
Yeah, my friends.
Yeah, that's where Rizbit went to meet all those people in a dream.
Cute.
Well, then, yeah, we'll go to the.
Yeah, I think that's a
deep
good idea.
crossroads.
Okay.
Like, I want to do stuff down south, but, like, I feel like Rizbit's sword should be the first thing, because, like, we're gonna get in some shit, and him having his sword is gonna help us with all that shit, so it should be, like, #1 priority.
Yeah.
Like, there's no point going off on, like, random adventures and, like, seeking out new, like, dangerous shit if, like, Rizbit doesn't have... Like, we should do that first.
Yeah. So if we head as the crow flies, we're like passing directly through Borea, actually, and through the deep crossroads.
And just by Laureate's cave.
Laureate's cave. It was only yesterday. So that's the set a course for. Hold on, I'm a photographer for. Let me 1 sec, please. Boom, sorted. Bada bing, bada boom.
Beautiful line work there, Darren.
Thank you. I learned it from my foot. It was only nearly two. It was nearly only two. A little bit.
Well, it was like our 4th or 5th session, and we're nearly 2 years into this game.
And then you guys died, and Laura didn't believe me.
Yeah, Darren was telling me earlier that we've died a bunch of times. I'm like, no, we didn't. Don't you dare.
I say a lot of things. I say God's dead. Nobody likes it. So, cool. All right, we have our plot. Oh no, we fucking do not.
What excellent.
What the fuck's a plot? 2 years into another right fun. Cool. We have our trajectory.
Yeah, let's do the Honest Hearts thing, and then we'll start on our journey.
10 minutes later, serendipitous. Oh my gosh, they walk in. Like, what up? We got a big clock. Clocks haven't been invented yet. A pink, no, a purple tiefling, and a Goliath.
Are they dressed in the stupid clown costumes?
No, they
Aww.
have. Oh no, they're fully in that, like, you know, when you see someone who's always in uniform and they're in like jeans and a leather jacket, and they're just like, hey, yo, what's up?
Darren, have jeans been invented yet?
No, Laura, because the people of Erythor cut out the middleman and just went straight to homemade jorts, but not regular shorts, not Daisy Dukes,
Can I
but
invent
like
blue
these
jeans?
things, like ride the booty. They caress it and they amplify. It's great. It's great. There's like once a year they all just walk out in these jorts.
They call it the Great Jorts Parade.
So yeah, Esme's gonna walk up to them with the assumption that she can recognize who they are, and she'll like extend a hand.
The purple tiefling like shakes her hand and she's like, "We were told you're the one who could have a job."
She says yeah, and she just directs us like, if you care to sit, we can.
Do you direct them? The lady tiefling and the male Goliath. Do you direct them to the booth that the party is sitting in, or kind of just like take this booth over here? That sort of thing.
It's more. I'm trying to like. I'm not directing them away from the party, but I'm also kind of just like. The assumption is there? No, because that would be silly too. Esme is aware of the fact that it is intimidating to have 4 people interview someone. So assuming
Yeah, we'll
even
sit
2
in the
to 2 is
joining
probably
booth.
still not great. So she's going to just sit them behind. So there's like 3 booths, and they're in like the middle.
Oh
one.
yeah, for sure.
They're on with the other guys on the stairs.
I fully assume the party don't take like it's a case of like, oh yeah, it's like a job interview kind of.
Yeah.
Like everybody in the situation is on the same page. Yeah, no, Amethyst and well, I already said her name now, but they sit down and she's like, I'm Amethyst. This is Billy. I used to cut drinks nice. Big Mick keeps them coming. Yeah, I'm Amethyst. This is I say Big Mick. Billy. Billy was in charge of running protection, as you can probably imagine. He's a big boy. And he kind of like folds his arm and nods, very stoic, very quiet. I was in charge of finding marks, sweet talking them, the whole shebang. Is that anything you'd need?
Says yeah. Listen. Sorry, I was just reading something. Says I'm in need of anyone at this stage, and that's not to say that I'll take anyone, but it's more a line of respect. What did she looks at Billy as like, and what was your gig?
Oh yeah, I know, and just general transporting the goods. Sometimes City Watch or just rivals thought they'd take us, and obviously I'm still here and they're not. So I got your basic skills. Your swords, your axes, your spears, your bows, your armors, your punching, your strangling, your hiding. Yeah, I can pretty much do it all.
She's okay. Sounds good. Those are things that I'm pretty much in need of. Do you want a drink?
Billy shakes his head and he's like, "I'm sorry, I don't drink. I'll have water." And Amethyst is like, "Yeah, fucking whiskey me up."
She she makes the relevant hand gestures to indicate water and whiskeys. And she
We toss the goblet hands like.
She draws in crayon her order on the menu.
Yeah.
It's just the trick of making it look like she's cut off her own finger or something. Like that's how she does it. Now, she says she just is like, it's a pretty simple setup, to be honest. I didn't find out about Dandelion's game until I came here, and I actually never had any intention of playing a big contest of rogue champions or anything. In fact, I kind of wanted the opposite. I wanted to be able to travel safely from city to city. And that's not to say that I can't do that now. It was more just an assurance. I'm very aware that people claiming to wear someone claiming to wear the guise of my organization, or the organization that myself and my friends work for, came to this town, aggravated your former allies, and slaughtered them. And it's fucked. It's pretty fucked. She she says that in a way to kind of indicate it's like, it's fucked, right? Right?
Isn't it fucked?
She's
They
just
both
Pretty
are.
fucked,
like,
yeah.
and it's not that she is waiting for an answer, but there's that really weird moment of, it's just like, is she actually waiting for an answer? But then there's just like
Amethyst raises a hand, and she's like, "Look, as long as you can pay us a good wage and shore work, we don't care. This is what we're good at. We can't work anywhere else. So if you'll have us, we'll sign up. But yeah, we don't need a pitch. We're just a bunch of no good thieves and robbers and bruisers looking to make some honest coin."
she says, I appreciate how that sounds. I appreciate what you're saying. Ultimately, what I also want to offer to you, the two of you, is a delay, but an eventual revenge on the reason your life got turned upside down. And you might
Finishes
want-
Nice
for Orion,
reference.
they lose a lot.
She says, you might not want it when the time comes around. You might always want it, but whatever. What I want is to know that if I leave you here, you'll still be the honest hearts if that's what you want to be. But you'll be the honest hearts as part of the Nasty Boys. And if you're still part of the Nasty Boys, and I can trust you, things will be great. And I want
The Honest Hearts, as presented by the Nasty Boys.
pretty much like it's
Partnership deal.
it's like she's basically pitching how she views the deal with the crows up in Dagdom.
Ah, yeah.
You do you for the most part, but there's some ground rules, and that's kill only if you have to, and what was the other one? It's like, it's basically the equivalent of punch up. So it's
Yeah.
like, is out on, if a poor man is skipping bail, maybe we don't need to chase him down as much as we should probably seek justice for the reason he had to steal the local bread.
They're, like, again, they look pretty like disheartened and very much just like literally whatever Esme's selling, they'll take, like, as long as it's steady work kind of thing. And they both look at each other and like that look of like, well, and they're like, all right, screw it. It's like, yeah, we have the uniforms still. We should probably, we'll get back into them, and we agree to your terms.
She it's more just for flavor. So essentially, would it have been possible for Esme to get 2 of the Honest Heart cards?
Did you guys not take some? I thought you guys took some.
Oh, we
think we
probably
took
did.
some, yeah.
Like, just in
I
terms
think
of
you guys booked them to in a kind of a dog tag way of being like, your friends died.
then at some point Esme will, in a very simple kind of, not a design or anything, but she's going to pass over across the table like two Ace of Hearts, where the heart has been smudged with blue paint, and and like basically with a flick of the finger each side, it looks like wings. Says, I don't think that could be clearer as to how I view this, but for this purpose, there is something else. Says, "Are either of you handy with a bow?"
Amethyst nods.
She produces the bow, the Karen bow, and she's. This is how serious I am, and I'm sure you're going to take this regardless. But I want you to know how invested I am in making sure you know I'm not going to fuck you over as long as I'm not fucked over, as long as we're not fucked over. This was given to me by a friend, and someday I'm probably going to come back, not for it, but I want to know that it's in safe hands. And if I'm going to trust this chapter of the guild with you, I'm sure as hell going to trust this bow with you. And she just passes that across. That's the contract. You'll get paid. I'm going to funnel my pay from here. It's just going to go straight to the two of you. And until we can get our feet, get the proper gigs going, then things will, as we get bigger, things will change. But for now, because it's the two of you, you'll find the jobs, you'll do the work, but you've got a hideout. And she explains where the new hideout is and all of that shit. And she says, the only thing is that if I am ever back in this town and I need a place to hide, it'll be with you. If I'm ever in need of extra hands, I might give you a call. And while you're working, and if you're working under our name, you don't break the rules.
They both nod simultaneously. Agreed.
She says, then welcome to the Nasty Boys. And she just shakes their hands.
Yeah, they shake back, and it's like that thing of like they rise to leave kind of thing, but kind of awkward of like, cool, we'll see you around, boss. When they say boss, they're kind of like, is she here, boss?
Close enough. We'll discuss it the next time I'm in town. And she just kind of like sweeps her left arm under her stomach and then bows.
Yeah, they nod, and like Billy bows a little bit, kind of raises his little head down. Little head, big body, and they depart. We catch a flash of a face, well, like as in like the camera cuts, kind of a face we haven't seen in a long time. A pair of warforged eyes. We see Karen panting up against the wall, and Sebastian kind of like falls into the wall, and he's like, "What's wrong?" She's like, "I don't know. I think someone just gave away my fucking bow." And he's like, "Come on!" And like they kind of they push forward, and there's like clash of metal, and we zip back to Esme just sitting there with like a cup, being like, "Yeah, I'm a boss."
Was I carrying Warforged parts too? Because now I have.
I mean, if a weapon that a warforged used to kill countless people in a war, then yes.
No, I don't think so. I think that's fine. Esme just is like, Dave.
Yeah.
Did you do your job? Are they clean?
Yeah, they're all dead. He like kind of looks up from their booth.
No, the other job. I asked you to keep
Oh.
them on those two.
Hi, Dave.
Hi guys, and he's like, I'm gonna go finish that right now. And he opens the windows, he goes back, and you can just see like bottles falling out of it. He's like, I'm gonna go do that right now.
I hate him.
And he does that like as he like goes out the window.
What is his deal?
He's a fucking brat. Like, he's just a little jerk off. You know what? No, I was about to say I hope all the mind players aren't dead, but no, I don't wish that. I hope they are.
Yeah.
Play that gif of surprise,
yeah.
bitch. So friends, with that, to my knowledge, obviously we can still do any things, last minute things, so we're still technically in the city. But to my knowledge, that's all the current outstanding Orion things paid for in full, unless I'm forgetting something. As in, it's just a case of like, I think the quest and point of interest markers in our quest logs for Orion are empty. I think, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
have
not
anything
good.
else I want to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm good. Let's go
I'm
get a
all good.
sword.
All right, cool. Yeah, you guys like Alex, is still here, and he and go to have a nice time, make it the last the hours they have, and he has to like kind of go on ahead because he's got to get back to Denmark's Haven ASAP. So they have a nice cute goodbye. I'm gonna say you guys set off around like 4 p.m. and like Alex leaves around like midday, like after lunch kind of thing. He eats food with I was gonna say the family, the party, and it's grand. Dave kind of comes back, confirms that they were indeed legit Esme, and it's a case of it's a big dinner scene sort of thing. Dave's there, and pretty sure that'll be the first time kind of Alex see each other, and it's kind of weird, but neither of them want to address it. It's a case of I'll ask. Dave was like, I'll ask Esme about the weirdo later, and like Alex is like, I'll ask Coda about the weirdo later. The torchbearers bid you farewell. They said they're going to take the Queen's Road, technically, the like main road, and wander and see what they can do over any little alcoves they find. But you guys have message and they have message, and give us a holler. They set off.
Good luck.
Yeah, like they look determined. Rast doesn't look like when you last saw him, he looked a bit shaken, but now he looks like his resolve restored kind of thing. And they're like, they each take turns like shaking hands and hugging everyone, like thank you for everything. It's all very much just like you've got a friend in me kind of thing. It's very like put your faith in us if you need us, that sort of thing. And they depart. It's nice. Confirming that the mayor's like, oh yeah, we don't need anything. Like our clerics can pick up the last few scraps. You guys work on. Go where you gotta go. So yeah, any last minute shopping as we're here before we depart? Like, does anyone have any items they think they might need? It's a case of like your rations ought restored, like crap.
I think I stocked up on health potions before the cave, so I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe you
Yeah.
did. Yeah, cool. Alrighty, cool. So you guys depart. Sorry, actually, Neil, anything? Because I realized everyone else bar you said yes. So.
No, I'm fine.
Oh, you? Oh yeah, no, I just wasn't sure if you were like thinking or like looking anything up you might need. Cool. Alrighty, so you like water horsey up. And depart. The city watch, or the city guards, technically, I suppose, not necessarily the city watch, bid you farewell as you ride out, and like it's one of those like kind of almost Disney-esque leavings where everyone seems to be serendipitously at the front door of all their establishments. It's like, oh, they're it's all like, oh, hashtag throwbacks.
There's a whole musical number. It's great.
Yeah, here comes the bigger, like it's like here comes the furries. So yeah, you guys ride out into the nice clean air. It's a nice day. Clouds are creeping in. Might be a bit of a stormy night. Who knows? All I know is if we're moving, that means it's a D100.
Who wants it?
I'm not doing it. I always get bad ones.
You got a
Oh, I
sword
was
last
about to,
time.
I was about to say you have to do left from right, so Amy has to do. But sure.
No, let Ian do it. Amy got a giant. She's on timeout from rolls.
22.
Hold on, let me just get to the right type of encounter. 1 second.
Grand.
Wait, is this Ian rolling his dice?
No, we're rolling encounters for the road.
I know.
We're on a higher table now, right?
We're not.
We're not?
Cancel
No.
the game.
No, well, for the one we're in currently, it goes 6 to 10, not 5 to 9, which is a shame. But anyway, it's 22.
Yeah.
You could just level us up and let us do 11, Free level,
Oh, okay, Ian. I'm gonna need you to re-roll because while the description is metal AF, it is like technically breaking canon. So I'm gonna need you to re-roll.
What the fuck did you roll?
A stretch of land with forgotten war machines, bones, and banners of forgotten armies. But,
yeah, that's.
But that'd be like that would have been 100% clear
Yeah.
up and moved away. So, right, 68. Where are we at?
Oh no.
Give you boy 2 minutes.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And you're also on timeout from rolling encounter
Oh, boy.
dice.
Well, now let's see what it is first, and then you can go with time.
It might be something really cute and funny. We don't know.
Maybe I'll just make it really big. Ian, can I have 2d4, please?
Sorry, just while you're rolling stuff, is Dave coming with us? That's a lot of things, Ian.
Oh.
You just rolled.
He said 2d4.
I know, but you rolled like nearly the maximum number of
Yeah.
beasties.
I don't know there are beasties in that suite.
Yeah, you don't know what
You know, I assume it's 7 beasties.
I'm assuming it's 7 sweeties.
Oh, we all get 7 sweets. This is great.
No,
We have a
no, I
picnic.
get 7 sweets.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'll get 3 of them. I'll give 2 to Isidore and 2 to Esme.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thanks.
Fine, I'll
Didn't
give
want
you
any
one to
anyway.
add to-
It's fine.
Excluded.
Oh, wow.
The party ride out into across the field because you guys are going like full on wilderness with that straight shot.
Yeah.
You find a stretch of land that possibly in a previous time could have contained war machine bones and banners of a forgotten army. It 100% does. But a shrieking cry erupts from the sky. Wow, they're fucking dropping right as you guys look skyward. Can I have perception checks, please? Because you can't quite make out what these 7 shapes are.
We can't quite make it.
You can make out what these 7 large creatures are coming towards you.
I mean, that seems like a challenge.
I didn't do that right, did I?
Risbin looks to the sky and he's like, it sure is blue.
Yeah, it should have been KL 1+1, right?
Yep.
Darren,
Hello?
can I use my steady eye feat to give myself advantage on the perception?
What's that do again? Like, not that I'm like, how does it? But just,
It's the one that says that I can, as long as I take no further action, I can discern. I can basically
yeah,
get advantage on.
100%. Like, like Esme, being the level she is, she like, pulls her reins in and like literally like, keeps herself steady. Yeah, that's fine. Give me a roll. That's a good feature.
Cool. Steady.
Oh, nice.
Bless it.
Isadora, you can see like giant shapes like beating their wings as they're coming towards you, and you're like, what? Icarus, like amongst the the glare of the sun sort of thing, you raise your hand up to kind of like you give yourself some cover from the light rays, and like, what the heck is that? I can see talons, but it looks big. Esme, you notice straight up, like not straight away, but like it's a case of like the camera zips through it, and you can see a large creature with talons and kind of like a horse's body almost, but covered in feathers with a horse's tail, a large beak as if an eagle, and beating wings. They look pissed, and there's 7
These
of
like
them.
griffins?
Out. Chicken horses.
What?
Half chicken, half horse.
Pray for me while I set up this battle map.
Pray for Mojo.
Pray for Mojo, please.
But guys, remember I said about getting Pegasi? We don't need
Yeah,
these. We have
you-
chicken
Harness
horses.
4 of these and just fly them to the fucking island. Yes.
It's not going to go well, but I
But,
feel like
you
we
know.
should try.
There's so many.
Maybe you stick them in.
Don't take them out. Put in more for asking.
They kind of with lightning breakneck speed. They all land circling and what's the word? Surrounding. There we go. That's the fucking word. Surrounding the party. Can I have initiative?
No.
Also, naturally, I don't have tokens, but yeah, they cuddly motherfucker.
If anything beats my initiative, I'll be shocked.
Part of me just wants to say one of them does.
I beat it.
Oh, it's so nice to just have my trick shots all here, and I can see them, and I can just scroll through them. So
They were on your
good.
character sheet, Laura.
No, they
which one
weren't.
makes no difference.
Why weren't they?
Well, I mean, the names were, but like they're not the full descriptions. I couldn't fit all the descriptions of all my trick shots on my sheet.
Because she has so many.
I have
Yeah,
4.
you know.
But there's long descriptions and stuff. It's fine.
Coda, you're up.
Cool. Okay. I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna try a winging shot against. I'm gonna ping him. That boy on the left there. So
That hits.
first shot, and oh, this is gonna probably. Can it make a strength save? I'm just gonna roll damage now.
Yep.
That's 12 damage. I need a strength save.
Play 22, please.
Ooh, yeah, well that's definitely saves. Okay, so he's not prone, but I'll shoot him again. This will be sharpshooter.
Hits.
22 damage, so that is a total of 30. Oh, he's dead. Cool.
It lets out a paining yelp as you remove the back of its head.
Cool.
With that, we have Isadora.
Can this one? No, hold on. This one and this one make strength saves.
Top one is for the top one. The crit is for the bottom.
Cool. Now let me double check the wording. Okay, I'm going to borrow the spell token for this, even though it's a little bigger.
You should be able to edit it.
Like, move it. I put it in the middle there, but it's 20. So a sphere of whirling air springs into existence, and the one that failed is going to take bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
The space that they're in is difficult terrain.
Is this
Alright,
that
cool.
storm sphere thingy?
It is.
Nice.
And the one that saves, do they take half damage, Amy, or anything, or is it just?
No, it doesn't, but it's within the sphere space.
Okay, so it still has. Yeah, cool. All right, rock and roll. Is that all, Amy?
For now, yes.
This one's gonna come at Esme.
Shaking
No,
horse.
please.
Its beak and claws misses.
They do.
Towards Isadora, both miss again. Amy, it's this one's go. They are in the sphere. What does this entail? Anything? Or?
It's difficult terrain, so I guess they just don't get all of their movement getting out of it.
They don't take like damage on the first turn or anything, do they?
No, they don't.
All right, he gets to like here, and is angry.
Yeah.
That it is Rizbit's go.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over to the one next to Isadora and attack it.
Thank you.
Cool.
Sorry, I had to think.
Who you love the most?
Yeah. 15 and 21.
Both hit.
Cool. I'm just gonna add 1 third level smite to this.
Uh-huh.
$42 damage done.
Yeah, it's dead. You kind of like clatter it in its head, and it kind of like beaks out, and then Risma just goes like down again with the smite, and like as it crushes down into the ground, that's when the smite detonates, and it's like this flame travels all the way up its back, and it just like turns to ash.
Nice.
This one's coming for Coda.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, they both hit. I will hellish rebuke it, but do your damage
Well,
first.
you take a total of 10 slashing, 10 piercing damage. And
Can I have a dex save?
Yeah.
Fails. That is 15 fire damage.
This thing does not look like it's in a good way. With that, we're at Esme. Delio?
Neil's dead, you killed him.
Neil indeed dead.
No, sorry, my computer's just having a shit bit. I'd like to make direct eye contact with this chicken horse. I would like to point at my eyes, then point at their eyes with 2 fingers, and then I would like to attempt to animal handling this chicken horse.
Oh my god.
Go
But
for it.
It's a kung fu like movie reaction close up where it's just like really tight in at their eye.
Yeah, it's 100%. It's
Are you just trying to intimidate this thing down into obeying
It's
you?
it's the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yes, the little narrow like
Pretty
eye
much.
shots. Yeah.
Again, like I'm not saying it will work out. I'm just saying let's diversify tactics.
I like it.
Esme.
It sneezes at Esme and breaks the concentration of the eye thing.
God damn it. Well, she is going to. Yeah, she was that my full action?
Yeah, it would have been a full action to attempt.
Yeah, no, that's fine. She will. Hold on, I just want to check. Does cunning action apply to what I think it does? Yeah, no, she's just going to draw the rod and turn it to the sword. Can she do that with her bonus? I can't remember.
Yep.
Just yeah. So yeah,
Cool.
she will draw just in case.
All right, this one is gonna get to here and then stop moving. I was wondering why they look so weird. It's the old tokens. Oh well. This one will run to Coda.
They both miss.
Cool. And with that, we are back to Coda.
Cool. Take out my rapier. Well, yeah, take out my rapier and start trying to smack these boys. Because I don't know what else to do.
Are you attacking the one you rebuked, or?
Well, that was crap. Yeah, the one to the bottom of me. South is the word. Wow, not
Go
really?
fish.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, they're fur, as Neil poetically put, they're chicken horses. They are.
That is 24 on the southern chicken horse. Excellent.
Nice.
That's me.
Is that all?
Yep.
Cool. Isadora.
I'm going to Ray of Frost. This one. Wait.
Hits.
13. Oh, okay. So 13 damage, and then I'm going to use my bonus action to attack the other one. And I'm going to do that with the Storm Sphere, because I can shoot lightning out of it.
Nice.
Nice.
And that's 16.
That's a really cool spell, actually. If you can bonus action to shoot lightning out of that thing, that's really cool.
And if they're in the sphere, when I use lightning, I get advantage on the attack.
That's good.
Cool. Is that all, Amy?
Yes.
Rock and roll. Hold on. I think we're...
We have murdered a lot of chickens.
We're straight to Risbon.
Oh, the ones between me and Ben did?
Yep.
I'll move up to the one next to Coda and take it twice.
Nice. Oh, that scene in Kill Bill is so ridiculous. What was it?
Cool, I'm gonna add third level smite to one of them.
It is
43
dead.
damage. That's me dead.
It tries to claw and like Risbit like doesn't duck, swings into the claw with the hammer, and then when it kind of like regains its footing to go and yell, he just like straight up, and it's a case of like there's a snap, a crack, and its neck just like goes in. Yeah, and technically that means we're just back to Coda now. Oh wait, sorry, Esme, sorry, I apologize.
Which was it? The one?
I went to
Esme.
Coda.
Oh, did you kill the one in front of Coda or Esme?
Coda.
Yeah. This is like,
Sorry.
wait a minute. Insightful fighting. Insight versus deception.
Oh. That's a very deceptive chicken horse.
Okay, Esme. Okay. It could go well. Who knows? Close. I'm just going to attack instead.
It's
10 radiant damage.
nice. It's gonna swing at Esme. Esme, you take 10 piercing damage from its beak. With that, we're back to Coda.
I'm going to use a canny dodge to reduce that by half, but yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna take a shot at this chicken horse.
What was it?
That is 17 damage altogether. Got a great point back.
Nice!
Congrats, guys. You successfully murdered 7 of the hippogriffs from Harry Potter.
Woo! They couldn't even murder one in that book.
I mean, they could have. It's just JK.
I mean, they actively went out of their way to not murder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking JK was just a fucking chicken shit who wouldn't let it fucking happen. Hashtag hippogriff uprising. Right, rock and roll, guys. Do you press on?
Yeah.
Cool. You cross the grassy plains of the Erethdor countryside. Mountains dot the left and right sides of your peripheral vision, you guys see forests all around you, but you can kind of safely navigate them while going forward. You hazard a guess it's probably a few days' ride to, I was supposed to say Boromir, Boria, but what the fuck? Sean Bean's giant floating ominous head in the distance. Show me what you've got.
There he is.
It's the big man himself, Big Sean. It is time for camp. It is looking like a terrible fucking night is ahead. You can feel the wind picking up. Who is on watch?
I'll take first watch.
Cool.
I'll take second.
Amy, can I have a D20, please?
Yeah.
20 hippogriffs.
20, no, only 16.
Nice. Can I have just one D100, please?
Oh god.
Oh boy.
Here
Oh,
come
sorry.
those hippogriffs.
There.
I'm glad it wasn't that 9, let me tell you.
Darren, while we're camping, can I make a single tinkering roll with my portable forge?
Yes.
25.
Amy, as the night progresses, a storm picks up. The wind, the rain, a smidge. It's more kind of like it's like lightning and thunder, and it's all very loud and ominous. During one of the arcs of lightning, you spy in the distance, perfectly illuminated for a split second, a very large, tall stone door. It seems almost built into the side of the hill.
Okay. I want to make. How far away is it?
Like 120 feet maybe, but with the wind and the rain and the howling and the giving out, you reckon it's well out of earshot should something nefarious.
I want to make a note of it, and then when morning comes, I'll mention it to the others.
Rock and roll.
And then she just spends
Four.
most of her watch pacing.
Yeah, that's fair. 4 hours pass. It's an anxious 4 hours, given the events of Orion in general, and the fact that it's hard to discern foot on twig with the bristling winds.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, Esme breaks her trance and takes over, and you guys tag each other out and in, kind of thing. Esme, you set up shop, and very much the same. The wind is starting to die down. The lightning kind of eases up around maybe like the hour before Esme takes watch. But Esme, for the most part, it is a quiet watch within reason, with the howling winds and bitter rain. But no one jumps the party, and at sunrise, the party wakes, and you guys find yourself in an encampment. Do you set off? What do you do?
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
I don't really. It's such needless wondering. Esme's got that mind reader, the mind reader band on. If she was to read someone's mind while they're asleep, does she get anything? She's not like doing the active push, the
Hold on one
minor
second.
level
Like the
sleep.
surface level stuff.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
I think when you're asleep, you automatically
Fail, I think, yeah.
I feel like you should get the surface level of dreams.
Yeah, you just see everyone's dreams.
That's what I would imagine. But again, I don't know.
Like-
It was more just like, this is fun. This is a fun idea.
I'd say you probably can.
yeah,
testing.
like,
She's
there's
testing
no-
but not pushing.
There's no sleep condition. It'd be very much like. Actually, hold on. Apologies. 1 second.
I would pay real money to know what Rizwit's dreams look like, because I just feel like they're very fun.
They're animated cartoons. I think you've had a dream before. And I have to actually write it out. 1 second. It falls unconscious. Yeah.
Yeah,
you were
Gumball.
Oh god, yeah, fuck yeah. Cool. So, but Risbet's Darwin. Don't want for this shit for everyone. It's so good. Yeah, the sleep
Stop,
spell
get
puts you
out.
into, isn't it? It's just like your one's just so unapologetically happy that she's just fucking created this awful shit. But the sleep spell puts you into this the state unconscious, so I treat it the same. Technically, when you're unconscious, you can't speak. Blah, 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 blah. You automatically fail strength and dex saving throws. Attack rolls against you have advantage. Oh, it doesn't say anything about like automatically failing. I think it's wisdom is detect thoughts. So technically they'd still get to roll. Yeah, that's weird. Cool, interesting. I suppose you're probing into the mind because the body, I suppose, is asleep, hence the fail of strength and dex, but the mind is technically not. Which is probably a conversation to have some at some point. But yeah, so you could technically you get like surface levels. I'd imagine the surface like peeking in kind of thing, as if like walking through a house kind of thing, like looking in through windows as you pass. I'd imagine for the most part, maybe bar Risbits are very stressful and anxious, perhaps even like nightmarish in the sense that maybe not like in the big bad monster way, but just kind of like fever dream, like that sort of like you're trapped in a house running away from someone, but you can't necessarily always see the person chasing you, that sort of thing. You just know you should run.
Again, she doesn't really press.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like it's more a case of like walking through, peering in through windows, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, she kind of just
okay
casts it over, kind of thing.
Well, hold on. You cast an eye over Coda's, and Coda's are eye void and horror, and then he remembers a nice time you had with Alex, you grim dark fuck. And Coda and Risbits is definitely him, just like on a unicorn or something, but as a crayon.
It's just him eating a really big sandwich.
Yeah.
Risbit's Mo. It's like you gotta with the two knives. I gotta tell you, this is pretty great. It's just that, but he has two sandwiches. His dream is Esme was like, I'm not feeling. You have my rations today, and he's like, holy fuck. But yeah, the wake. It's a grey day. It certainly looks like it's going to lash at some point today. But what do you do?
I point out that I saw a door built to the side of the hill.
We can go look at a door. Let's go look at the door.
Yeah.
Could be one of Dave's temples. Dun, dun, dun.
Hold on, I want to make sure I got this right. No, that's not what I want. As you approach this now with the daylight, but still hidden behind grey clouds, it's kind of like that overcast, dull look. Is following Isidore's hand and her taking the lead as she saw it. You can see that it seems to be some sort of large mound of earth, like mossy green earth, and this stone door built into the base of it.
Yeah, I mean, I will walk a little closer and see if I can see any writing or locks or anything on it.
Etched in all around it are spirals, swirls, lozenges, and diamond shapes, along with a. Hold on one second. Ooh, no, I just heard noises. That's like, is someone at my door? Along with a language that has hints of Elven in it, yet it seems to be its own dialect, but it certainly borrows the Elven script and words at some points. But you're unsure. Actually, Neil, do Eladrin get a special bonus Feywild language because they're Eladrin? By chance?
No, they just she just has Common Elven and Thieves' Cant.
Okay, I thought they would have got the other one, but never mind.
Sylvan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they would have got it since they're Eladrin, since they're all up their own arse Feywild and such. Are you sure that they don't have something?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't think
Alright,
elves
fair
really
enough.
get it, and they're just like a sub. So I was gonna say subgenre of elf, but yeah, like.
Yeah. Definitely.
I cast comprehend language.
It is Sylvan. It is words of warnings from the Feywild, or from the Fey creatures and the fairies, saying essentially it is an ancient burial ground, a burial mound, I think called Tumuluses, or that's probably the incorrect pronunciation. But we know them as those like the old Celtic burial mounds. But essentially warding off, thieves and like bandits, coming here for our gold and our splendors. Like ye be warned, there be dead, and spirits and creatures of, the Fae will protect it and all that sort of stuff. Essentially, just like it's very much like a lot of like you come in here, you're gonna get slapped.
It's a grave. These are warnings not to rob it.
That's. I feel like I should want to rob it. I kind of do, but I also.
I honestly thought I was expecting the sentence like I feel like I shouldn't pick this lock yet. Here my hands go.
And yet
just
I'm
can't
already
control
inside.
myself.
Yeah, Esme just kind of cleans it up a bit instead. She just
Yeah.
just leaves it looking a bit better than the way than the way they found it.
Yeah, that's cool. You guys take, maybe like 10-15 minutes to do that. There's not much you can do within reason of like literally like, washing the stone or like watering the moss, that sort of thing. But you do it and it looks nice. Certainly looks pretty. It looks like a little bit more respectable than it was before. And as you guys walk away, you see like in the tall grass around you, you see what looks like if the mushroom caps and such had like it's more out of the corner of your eye when you go to look like properly, like it's disappeared into the tall grass. But it's as if the mushrooms themselves had like arms and legs, were just spying on you. You walk away, they kind
I
of
can
like
always kill him!
they kind of
Smush
scurry
him.
away. But yeah, you guys saddle back up and sally forth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go.
In the words of Aragon or Aragorn, you ride hard. Several days pass. Alternating the watch. The days are long, and as are the nights. There doesn't seem to be a lot of wildlife in any that does you do encounter. You pass by, it passes by, or you go your separate ways. You alternate taking shifts regarding nightly watches. It's nice for the most part. The stormish, the kind of weather keeps up for 2 days, and then on the third day it's kind of clear and like it's almost northern lights like in the sky. It's, let's say, Risbit's taking watch, for just picking a name out of the hat. It's the type of thing where like when he watches the sky, because it's quite like the light off it is pretty vibrant. He can pretty much see all around him within reason, even with his one good eye. It's almost reminiscent of the desert sky that had the northern lights, but had the whales and such floating in it.
Whales, yeah.
But yes, on the fourth day, you reckon it's probably another hard ride to Borea, and like you'd knock down on Borea. So 2 things: one, who was rolling the D100, and why is it Amy? And 2,
No.
no, you have to do it. It's too late. And 2, are we passing through Borea, or do people wish to stop?
I would have only one reason to stop. Well, technically I have 2, but I'm going to ignore the second one. But it would just be to remind Kath about making those the blue people portraits
I
That
mean,
would literally be the only thing.
we can say that we like stop there for an afternoon
Yeah,
and
yeah,
restock
like,
and then move on.
If it's a case of like people want to check in, hi, hello, can I have an update on that quest? Can I hand in that quest so I can trigger part 3 of this 10-part quest kind of thing? It'll be a case of like we don't have to repeat it. It'll just be like a line of like you guys did this.
Yeah.
This is what you get. Like
Yeah, I mean, we can just say we stop there for an afternoon and then head on, I guess.
okay, cool. But before we do any of that, drum roll, please, Amy.
Curtis said
That's
dice.
definitely not a good thing.
Oh,
That's not a good thing.
The town blows up. It's your
Gloria
fault.
is Ash. I can't believe you killed my parents, Amy.
I mean, I'm glad someone did.
It wasn't gonna be me.
I put my parents in a home in the Feywild like a good child.
I don't know how to get to the Feywild.
And yet your parents claim to have some kind of elf relation.
Well, there's an elf, yes.
what the fuck is this thing?
I don't
It's
know.
It's a giraffe.
I thought it had it like.
Running
it
out of the
didn't-
world.
I thought it didn't have legs, but apparently it does.
Oh no, I don't like the sound of that.
I do.
Hold on. Before we continue, lads, I have to fucking find this in the actual.
Give us an image.
No.
Paint us a word picture, Darren, or also just link us
okay,
an
I'll-
actual picture.
Oh shit!
No.
That's not what that word means. I got so
What?
excited, you motherfucker. Hold on. Wow, okay, so we're gonna fight one of these things, because I don't feel like TPKing everything.
Ooh.
But it is, as you guys travel forth, you're like this big dunk, 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 this big, like, you know that feel. It is heavy iron on T ground, like dense soil. From the bushes comes roaring a literal steel bull with iron tusks. It is large. It's a hashtag big boy. It's got like kind of like almost a lizard spine, those kind of like fins all the way down its back, but again equally made out of metal. It stands near a bush and like kind of like, you know, exhales like this noxious green gas from its nostrils as it's like, you know, clearly goring up or getting ready to gore one of you. But you notice that the plant life near this thing, that when this gas like, you know, touches off it, you see that the bush instantly petrifies and becomes stone. So before we roll initiative, side note, Amy, I love you and your D100s. Please never stop rolling them. But yeah, can I have a initiative roll, friends?
No.
Can we not get petrified at TPK though?
This team wanted you guys roll a D4 plus 1 of these things. And
Turn no one to stone. Noble, bad.
Also, what did you think it was?
It's called a gorgon, and I thought it was just like
Oh, like a
sounds
Medusa?
yeah,
Yeah.
Like, that's what gorgons are.
Well, I mean, it does turn people to stone, so it's kind of a
It
gorgon.
does, yeah, because oh god.
Is there a picture you can link us?
Oh, sorry, yeah, one second.
I hate this.
I hate
Why-
this very much.
Why are my D100s always so bad? And like petrification is just one of those like conditions that we have just such a bad history with.
I'm terrified of anything that has like a one-hit kill situation. Oh my
Yeah,
god, the thought of that, like.
There is very few in the game, and the fact that Zan's wanted me to roll a D4 for these fucking things is psychotic. Because this isn't the 6 to 10. Imagine you were 6 and you rolled that. Like, come on, it's wild.
And it would have been like a D4 of them, so you could have got technically 4 of these at level 6. Like, that is crazy. I mean, maybe
And we
it's
did
not
primal
too.
numbers.
Sorry, continue.
Yes, Neil.
When we did primal numbers, because of the way those are built, y'all ended up running into a banshee, and you had absolutely no chance. Like it's just
Oh,
the way
yeah.
the table. It's just the way the table's
Mm.
courageous, and it's just like, I'm going to get us out of this.
Yeah, for the most part, they are relatively fair in the sense that they're accounting for, and I'm pretty sure they say it at the start of the chapter, they're accounting for the fact that your party isn't like, guys, let's all make elf bards and be a band. Like, I think it's accounting for there's at least one tank, there's at least one healer, there's at least one DPS that isn't a sword in the sense that you can do magical damage of some form to something like that sort of thing. I think it's taking into account like the generic party composition within reason. And I think that's why they're challenging enough. But for a level 6, man, that's wild. But yeah, sorry. This thing was in... it kind of geared up to gore. I'm going to say Risbet and Esme because it's just going to charge to me. What can you... Oh, you're not on the fucking map.
Sorry,
Hey,
Amy,
oh.
can I just, before we get into this, what spells did Izzy put in the Iron Stone?
It would have been heals.
So it's like 3 level 1, or is it like a level 2 and a level 1, or is it a level 3?
I don't know. Like, we should have talked about it before. I don't know.
Will we just say it's 3 level 1 cure wounds for now or something? Or?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, we should have done that before.
No, I completely slipped my mind. I forgot.
Ooh, Risbet. I realized this couldn't attack both of you on hit one, so I picked Risbet. Risbet. You obviously that gore misses your small size being favorable in this situation. But yeah, we are now in initiative order, and it is Coda.
Okay, I'm going to... Sorry. I'm gonna try a dazing shot with my first one. So I'm gonna see if it hits first. Does 18 hit?
It misses.
Misses, fuck. Okay. Yeah, I'll spend another grit point and I'll try another dazing shot.
An 18 misses?
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Like this is a.
If we were level 6,
yeah,
we would be dead. Okay.
See, that's what I mean. Like, this is a solid enemy for like just in general. Like, it's. I'm looking at it. It's built pretty fucking even, especially for your guys' level. But if you were a level 6, man, that's wild. 13 damage. Cool.
And can he make a Constitution saving throw, please? Because this is a dazing shot. He's probably got crazy good Constitution, but let's try it.
Is the bull gonna charge Coda because he's red?
Oh my god. Let me just see. That fails?
No, he charged.
Oh,
Coda.
sorry.
He charged Risbet because he saw the Minotaur helmet and was intimidated.
Is that his con save, Darren?
Yeah.
Yeah, that fails. So he has disadvantage on his attacks until the end of his next turn.
Cool.
And I am going to action surge and shoot him again. So I'm gonna just go for 2 sharpshooters.
Hits.
That's 25 more damage. So that is a total of 38 damage, and he is dazed, so he can disadvantage on his attacks.
Neat.
Oh, and I get a grit point back because I critted him with a firearm.
Cool. Esme, you're up.
Cool. Esme is going to try to stab that boy.
Hits.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to strike again.
Neat. Yeah, no.
Cool. One sec. 23. That is,
Nice. Let's out a bit of a yelp. It's not happy.
Yep, she is going to. What's the terrain like around us? Is it? Are we in
It's
woods? Are we in?
just a kind of like an open plain grassland area.
So, yeah, she is going to just kind of stand at the ready to dodge out of the way if he tries to charge her.
Yeah, I get you. Oh, okay, cool. So that's all.
Yeah.
I need Risbit and Esme to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
no.
As bonus from being next to me, I think was 2. Hold on, let me confirm.
Does that apply to you or just people around you?
Those people around me. Yeah, you get +2. And you say con saving throw, Des?
Yep.
Bye, Esme. Bye, Risbit. Oh god!
I'd like to kiss Risbit as we're turned to carbonite.
Risbit,
I'm gonna
Esme,
get-
you find yourself. Oh, nice. You feel yourself beginning to turn to stone. You are under the restrained effect.
What exactly does that do?
I'll tell you now. Restrained. Your speed becomes 0. You can't benefit from any bonus speed. You have disadvantage on all attack rolls. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and you have disadvantage on dex saving throws.
Oh,
Yeah.
Christ.
And like flakes of stone fall off you as you move. You're not completely turned to stone, but you are indeed, under that effect. You may repeat the save at the end of the turn. And with that, we are at Isadora.
Can it make a deck save?
Oh yeah, 1 second. Oh, I keep going. Yeah.
Let's hope it can't.
Yeah, let's hope we can't.
Because this is bad. Oh god.
You have to fucking say it, Laura.
Okay, it takes half damage anyway. But I swear to God. Anyway,
Nice.
46 is fire, 46 is radiant.
Name strike.
Yeah.
A pillar of light and fire erupts from the sky as Isadora calls forth holy magic and does the thing. That is good damage. And with that, we're at Risbit.
So I can't move, but I can still make attack rolls.
Yes, you just have disadvantage on all of them.
Cool, I'm going to utter my vow of enmity, which gives me advantage, so it mills it out.
Yeah, cool.
Try and hit it twice.
Kill it.
9 and 14.
29 hits.
And level 3 smite. $43 damage.
How does Risbit bring it down?
Nice.
Thank fuck!
Ah.
Amy, the amount of Dublin in that was shocking.
I really wanted
I
like
love it.
I don't know.
That's cool.
I have a really cool image in my head, but can I run it past you and you can say yeah or no?
Yeah, go for it, buddy. Yeah, go.
So like Rizvit's like kind of like half turned to stone. He's restrained by the stone. He like misses with his first attack, and as he's like looking back with the second one, he slices up and sort of like his arm breaks out of the stone, and a flash of radiant light happens. And
Yeah, like that.
just like chops it.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. I like it. You mean smash, Ian? You don't have a sword; it's a hammer.
Oh, stop it!
Don't worry, you'll have a sword soon. It's okay.
Yeah, Ian, you'll have a sword soon, buddy.
But you know what? Maybe come back to me in 6 months. Maybe.
As Risbit looks upon that lovely temple in the distance, he doesn't notice the two giant looming red eyes of Nagakin. Yes, Risbit does the thing. A flash of radiant energy erupts from Risbit's arm as he drives this hammer into the creature's head, shattering it and cracking it, and dinting in its metal exoskeleton form. You're unsure, but it collapses down in a whimper and is indeed deceased.
Sweet.
You guys may repeat your saves now to try and get rid of those flakes out of your eyes.
I give them both bardic inspiration.
How much is that again?
D10 now, actually.
Ooh.
And you're beside Elizabeth as well, so you get
Can-
the bonus.
I meant to roll the D10. Can I roll my 10?
Nice D0. You
Yeah.
got a crit on your D0 though.
Oh, actually, wait, no, 14. You're grand.
That's alright. 18. It's fine. I missed my
Well,
one.
there, Age-man.
Neil. Ah, there you are.
Nice.
Neil?
I only. Well, no, I would have gotten away with it in the first instance, but I was just like, curse you for giving me a D10, Amy. Curse you.
Were you about to say something there, Amy? Oh, boy. Oh, gal.
No, just
It was just a sort of Neil.
I know. I could feel the face palm, but I wanted to address it. I feel like we should address all face palms on this podcast, TV show, movie, book. Professionally made. So you guys truck on. After some time, you arrive at the top of a hill. It's very picturesque. You see the familiar town of Borea. It feels lush. You notice something odd about Orion.
What, Darren?
No, it's not. It's perfectly fine. It's still all there. It's just you notice that a lot of the fields have these hulking large warforges in them. Going about their business. Planting crops, farming crops. No, Kay is a secret, Neil. He's in the warforge. But yeah, as you guys approach, essentially are walking down the main roads, because I know you guys took a direct route, but you guys kind of land on the road kind of thing and lead towards it. You can see these large warforges are just going about their, it seems to be their day, just farming. It's kind of like the sun is setting kind of thing. Yeah, you
as we're walking through, we'll greet them.
Yeah, they wave. It's very much like when Mulan and all are going through and they see all their people in the rice fields and they're just waving kind of thing. Yeah, they seem friendly and sentient and not kind of very much pick up, hay, put over here kind of thing.
Do we pass by the farm where the Darrows live?
It's certainly not. You know how to get to it.
You're not burning it down. Road. Don't do it.
I wasn't suggesting that. I just want to know.
Izzy says, putting away the lighter Molotov. It's grand.
I just want to know if they have warforged on their land.
Oh my god.
I just want to know if your parents are slavers, Coda.
I didn't even. I will be 100% honest. I did not even consider that aspect. I thought of this because of a painting I saw of a robot in a field. But yeah, no, that's a serendipitous thing. Sure, yeah, the camera zooms across, and the Darrows are indeed a smaller farm and clearly do not warrant a warforge. These warforges should be working primarily on the fucking huge, essentially the fields that you would need tractors in our day and age to even remotely make it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, Laura?
Nothing.
I feel like I give it inspiration anyway, and I'm pretty sure everyone's technically you can only have one inspiration. I'm pretty sure we all have inspiration.
Oh yeah, I still have a
but
D6.
Amy, for what it's worth, you would have got inspiration if you hadn't already, because that was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
But yes, the Darrows are but a small farm. We're gonna skim past this, but no. Yeah, you go through. So give me in 1 sentence or less, 2 if you really have to. What are people's things in Borea, and I'll chalk up the.
I don't personally have anything I want to do in Borea. I mean, I'll see if if everything is as we left it, is the monster hunting guild still there, that kind of thing.
Okay, cool. Coda, you want to probably drop into the folk?
Yeah, I'm not having to roleplay anything.
Oh,
Just,
yeah.
he drops in Hey, I own a
that's cool,
business
that's
now. Bye. You know, like
cool.
it's just.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Esme, you wish to pop into Kath about the paintings and such?
Yeah. One sec. She's not going to track down her Borea contact, but she is going to, like, she's definitely going to ask Kath, if it's like, hey, so have you seen any lads running around draped in fucking dark shadows? Because essentially, at some
Yeah,
point,
I get you.
come here to beat him to death.
Fair. All right, and Risbet, do you have any requests now during this little shitty?
Not really. He's probably just gonna mill around the town, wait for everybody to
Yeah,
finish
that's
up.
cool. Okay, cool. So, right, I'll go from the Discord down because I have it open here to my left. Right, Coda, parents are all in good health, fine. The presence of the Warforged and some Hand of Uria folk made them nervous, but they seem to have like flown by kind of under the radar. All good. Have adjusted to the farming life, enjoyable, that sort of thing. Esme at chicken. Dear Lord. Esme, Kath reports that the paintings are coming along well. She's already sent off 2 to the city via her contacts. Haven't been purchased or established anywhere yet. Coming along well. Lovely to see you. Certainly some like wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But Esme's like, I am on a mission. Nah.
She definitely gets. They definitely have a nice hug.
Oh yeah,
Not like-
yeah. Oh yeah.
no
No,
one's
it's
getting
it's
off
oh,
on
it's,
it, but it's a nice hug.
It's more a case of yeah, like as much as I'm like cutting it short, not even cutting it short, but just like reducing it down to a sentence or two. It's very much like the pleasantries are had. Like it's not weird or awful. It's just like, oh my god, what a lovely surprise. Like they hug, they laugh, they probably have a cup of tea. Kind of same thing with Coda. He laughs, hugs his folks. They have him in for a cup of tea. That sort of thing. Yeah. As for like that, just like Esme would certainly give like a very specific description. You go into all the details. She reports that no, she has not seen it. In saying that, though, she has not left the house much because she's been flat out painting like a motherfucker. So, but she has not heard heads nor tail on the few times that she does leave the house to just stretch the legs, meet another conscious creature, so she doesn't fucking go insane. Elizabeth, Isadora, it's as you left it, for the most part. The hunting guilds are all still fine. There doesn't seem to be any unrest. There seems to be Risbet and yourself will eventually notice, because I'm going to say like it's just one of those serendipitous, like you come out of like just looking around and you happen to bump into Risbet while he's just like taking a walk, and you kind of both notice that there seems to be a lot of like propaganda for the hand, and like it's literally those like, I'm not sure if you've seen them. You probably have, because we all did secondary school history. But like those paintings of like Mussolini and like the fields with the people and giving them like those. It's very much them, but the giant warforged, and it's like like a gift from the capital. Our queen loves you and wants to help. They will help you with your like the labor, that sort of thing.
So what we can take from these of the warforged in the field were sent by the queen to work in the fields of Borea.
Yeah, essentially to be very much like, look, we are one with the people. We're helping the people out. Look at all of these friends. This like brand new technology. We're all in this together, kind of thing. That sort of thing. It certainly doesn't seem like kind of like what we said earlier, like slaves. Like these warforged certainly seem to have like their weird dwellings set up, but it's just very much just like, oh hey Jim, you're going to Borea. Your new job is working on the farms, that sort of thing. But like they don't necessarily seem to like exhibit any want to leave, in the sense that like same reason. Like I know deep down all retail staff want to leave, but like it's very much it's very much a job, more so than like a Hand of Uria guy in the background yelling at them, sort of thing. But yeah, it's very 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 like propaganda. The posters are very much like those World War II painting propagandas and stuff. But yeah, for the most part it's fine. There's that kind of like, when you notice the posters, and I imagine relay to the party and show them, the calm air kind of has that kind of sinister overtone where nothing outright sinister is happening. Yes, everything suddenly seems super sinister. Other than that, the city seems to be doing fine. There's no Hand of Uria outposts. The only mention of them are like convoys that came to like essentially like escort the larger warforged here to like kind of like, okay, this is where you'll be living, this is where you'll be working, you answer this, like here's your boss, if you have any issues come to the Mechanist Guild, that sort of all that hubbub. But yeah, you guys plow on, or is there anything else that's popped in anyone's head they want to do while we're in the city, like shopping or just a general idea, etc.
Darren, Kath's familiar, who technically Kath is their familiar. That's Pip, isn't it?
It is neat.
Pip is Pip there?
Pip is like constant, like as the entire when Esme arrives, Pip is like on the roof, like asleep, but like tail like wagging off the edge like a cat, like in cat form kind of thing.
She is essentially, in the interest of keeping it short, Esme will ask and kind of get whatever answer she gets out of Pip. Is like, hey, you have a bit of free reign to move around. If you ever see anyone who looks a bit shifty and shroudy, just make a note. I might have to ask you for that information at a later date, and you may name your price in exchange for it.
Pip agrees to this. He kind of like turns and does that like really big, massive, almost cartoon. Well, it is cartoonishly big, like teeth, like big, chunky, rectangular teeth smile. But it's a case of his head kind of like droops down a bit too long for his neck, kind of thing. It's a bit like jarring, but just kind of like, oh, I'll call it a favor at some point, Miss Esme. I know.
Yeah, she thumbs up to the cat. And then
yeah, I full on can't remember his voice, and I went full on Duck Newton. Well, pretty Duck Newton. Duck Newton. Esme Nilo. Yeah, cool. Any last minute shopping? Anyone got in their noodles or anything like that?
I buy a slave.
I kill Esme.
I play Rain.
I kill Rain.
And I know we're talking about the character, but I just love the image of Izzy just punching the Rain in fury, and it's like, there she goes, punch dancing out her anger again. Like, fucking
I mean, yes, that too.
But like, Izzy is 100% the type of person like, after she does it all, like Esme is like, I'm not gonna ask her about it. Like, she's like, hey Izzy, it's like, hey Esme, and it's like, what you get up to? It's like, oh, nothing, Izzy, yourself. Like, it's just like, nothing, Izzy, why? And like, looks away. It's like, well, I went down to a wooded glen and punched out as my anger, Esme. Looking at her name.
Like,
yeah.
Even if Esme doesn't ask, she's going to tell her.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's 100% that. Cool. So you guys are continuing on this trajectory near Mother's Cave. Oh, not Mother, sorry, Laureate's Cave.
Oh shit! Accidental spoiler. Mother's Laureate. Oh shit.
Yeah.
No, Mother's somebody else. Oh my god, that is Izzy. Philip J. Isadora. Can I have a D100 roll?
No.
Off Esme?
Can I put myself in debt to another demon to make Izzy do it?
No.
Darren, I'm offering my immortal soul here to Orcus.
Oh, no. Yeah, Orcus is a shitty face.
Hey, Ball! Ball! I'll do it now.
Hey!
Nice.
World's being torn apart by like a giant worm. It's like, nice.
The motion of the ocean, hey-oh. Something both. The motion of the water horses is matched by spectral riders in the sky. As the party essentially continue on their trajectory, it is nighttime. To the right, Esme doth spy a band of spectral riders, skeletal in nature, being led by a red skeleton with a flaming crown. You know this reddish clay figure, to be Ball.
Okay. As I just turns the horse in their direction. And she's like, hey, Rizbit, I'm not talking this time. You go and deal with this. And
No, that's fair. Esme tries to chase them down. They essentially point and they literally laugh. They do that rattling bone laugh. and they continue on their merry way. The ghost riders in the sky laugh at the party.
Okay, bye. Don't come back.
Break your legs.
Oh, an arrow. I need no smite on an arrow.
Strength saves everybody.
No, I don't want to.
No.
Do we get the Risbit bonus?
Hey, Bal, I
50
hate him
within
so
10 feet.
much.
Hold on, it might be 30 feet now.
It's a +2, isn't it?
+2.
Darren, did we get the thing?
Is it within 30 feet of you, Risbit?
I'm checking. Oh no, it's only 10 feet.
No, you do not. Because riding horse 10 feet, like
Ooh,
closer
those
than
were
10
all
feet.
very clustered together and very not good.
They hardly fall from their horses as they trip over something odd. It's essentially they fall from the horses because the horses disperse after being rammed into something. As you ram into this weird gemstone, this very large gemstone about the size of a car, you notice that the illusion drops.
What's under the illusion? Is it?
This is several days later when you guys are like roughly here. And the illusion is that drops is the sense that there is no, once you were looking forward towards the caves, the mountains that you know that held Lauriette's cave, where you first originally saw her. When you first glanced there was there was no 15-foot high walls surrounding like maybe the first 130 feet up to like even the fucking getting quote unquote close to it. But now that you've tripped over whatever was emanating the illusion that the clear sky is there, you can indeed see 15-foot high steel walls seem to encompass this area, or an area near it at least. But you know that's steel. You know that iron. You know that polish, that finish on it. You know it's hand.
Wait, sorry, just to clarify, they're surrounding the road?
No, they're surrounding like here. One second.
Oh.
Oh, like all around the mountain.
From what you guys can see, it's a case of like it's quite large area, like this, like horizon line kind of shtick.
And it's
Also, it's very
haunted.
uneven.
Shit.
You remember a conversation that was had with Dick, not so actually quite some time ago. That some people came to his shop and tossed and turned it. Were very rude because they were asking questions about that and about what he found in that deep, dark, dank cave. And at the time, they would have been called mages. But now, you know, there's no such thing as the Mages Guild. It's just the hand.
Esme just rounds on Code. It's like, you're gonna start doing something real important. How? And do you know what that is?
Do enlighten me.
You're gonna make bombs. And it's not like, oh, a few while you're working on other things. I want to be able to encounter something like this the next time and then reach into your bag and produce a bomb. And that's your new job as the head of this party, is start allowing me my sheer desire to see everything I hate in this world destroyed. And
for what it's worth, if we can make it kind of video gamey in a sense, the iron walls that are literally 15 feet high in the sense that like they are flush, there is quite literally nowhere to stick your feet. The entire thing screams death trap.
I know.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I'm just. If anyone had any worries, like the party looks upon this towering, structure, and it's like, well, they don't necessarily think this because that's saying what your character thinks, but the air is very fuck that. Until later.
How far away from like so the video game air of fuck that? Can I reach the walls?
Oh, you can reach them, but it's like Esme's like really small in comparison.
That's fine. She would like to take out a piece of parchment. She's going to put a note on the side of the wall, and it reads merely, "I'm very angry and unimpressed with this."
Down with this sort of thing.
Pretty well. It's just like I would wish you'd stop. Also, please fight me.
That's cool. Hold on, I'm gonna mark the map because it's 12 now, so we're gonna stop. But,
Cool.
I'll just put this X here. Essentially, when we come back next week, we'll just hit the straight line.
Which tree? The tree line just.
Ah, okay.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Okay, we're outside the walls.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
It's just a case of like, that was. Oh no,
God,
you're
for a
not.
fucking second I thought we were stuck up the cave.
Oh, like we've been trapped in it. Oh, okay.
Like the walls came up as you guys fell, sort of thing. No.
Shouldn't.
Sorry. It's more just like the trajectory is more the general direction, the straight line. You're
It's like
taking.
they've cordoned
Not
off
the
the
lid.
wall, but we can still go
Yeah.
around it.
Yeah.
I'm very
right.
angry and
But it's
unimpressed.
a
That's
case-
my Nilo.
But it's a case of like there's no guards. It seems no sentries even when you round them because these walls are fucking big and they're pretty like they go on for ages naturally because you have to
Yeah.
and that's a case of like when you guys clear them, clear the distance, and when you look back, clearly one of the gems has restarted, or you're just at the right angle and you cannot see them anymore.
Okay.
I love it. Okay, guys, it's 12. I'll leave it there. I don't want to keep anyone up because we all got work in the morning. Don't want to be zombies. Sorry about the almost cold open, I guess, but it was a case of it was a band-aid that needed to be ripped off. So. On to things that don't involve gods being dead.
Rizbit sword. Rizbit sword.
I'm not sure if we'll get it all. That we won't get it all the next game. But what's after Rizbit's sword? Because we kind of like originally kept coming up with plans and then just said Rizbit's sword
Like
and then ended it. And
I
said,
wouldn't
"That's all
mind
nice,
doing
but-"
like the rest of the southern stuff, but I don't mind what people want.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
Clear Haven, Wicked Glades, Dead Man's Haven. But like I really don't mind. We can go like we could do Dagnum and Zenla. Like I don't mind. Let's just do Rizbit
Cool.
sword and then decide, I guess.
It's easier for us to do Rizbit sword than take on the south.
Yeah.
Because if we want to go north from there, we can take the portal from.
Oh yeah, from
Washington's
Alexander's.
there.
Yeah, to the Baron and then go north. That's true.
Yeah, that'd be it anyway.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
actually
So the main focus is let's get Rizbit sword.
Yeah, Rizbit sword and then
Man,
maybe Dead Man's Haven, Wicked Glades, Clear Haven or something, and go back to Dead Man's Haven, portal away.
Just, no, you're overthinking it, Laura.
Yeah. Okay.
You're overthinking it. Let's focus on the sword and then we'll come
Sword
back to it.
first.
Alright, guys. Yeah, no worries.
Cool.
Alright.
Okay.
Cool. Alright,
night,
guys.
everyone. Good
Good night,
game.
guys.
Good night, guys.
Okay.
Bye. Adios.